Hello, Internet. You've probably heard people say that you should be your own biggest fan of whatever you're making. And I think that that's true. But I also think that you should be your own biggest hater. And I will explain why. So, if you're doing anything that's worth doing and you're sharing it with the world, you will get people that don't like what you're doing and they will tell you. If you're putting out stuff that's not good and it's just mid and no one cares about it, no one's going to say anything because no one cares. But if someone is going out of their way to leave a hate comment or say something negative about what you're doing, that means that there's something there that moved them. So maybe it doesn't fully connect with them, and that's okay. You don't have to fully connect with everybody. But there is something there that was worth them responding. So I think it's important to be your own biggest hater because you sort of set up a filter system with yourself before it goes out into the world. And, sometimes people leave hate comments just because they want to hate. They're dealing with personal shit within themselves. It has nothing to do with you. But there's a lot of valid criticism that comes with, hate comments sometimes. Like constructive criticism is a real thing. And it doesn't mean you have to listen to everything that people are saying, but I think it is worth at least considering. Because if you fully close yourself off from outside perspective, you're never going to grow because you're never going to challenge yourself. And it's important to challenge yourself in any creative endeavor, or else you're going to get stagnant and you're going to stop enjoying what you're doing. I also think that it's important to be your own biggest hater because, like I said, you're going to get hate comments no matter what. So, sort of trying to get ahead of it a little bit within yourself, I think can be beneficial. And I don't mean like doing things so that you don't get hate comments. I mean, be okay with what people are going to say before it even happens, if that makes sense. Like, you should be ready for any sort of thing to come back to you if you really stand behind what you're doing. And that shouldn't throw you off of what you're doing. Like, I think it's important for you to enjoy what you do, stand behind the things you create, and then put them out into the world. And if you're getting hate comments for that, again, that is just inevitable. Like, I've been getting a little more attention on my channel lately, and I've been seeing certain comments that people leave of things that I do that they don't like. Like they don't like that I don't use my mic stand. I don't know why. It's really not that big of a deal to me. This is how I feel comfortable making videos. They don't like that I wear this hat. I have hair. But I don't know. This is just what I like to do. This is how I like to make my videos. But that doesn't mean I didn't consider it. It doesn't mean I didn't like completely ignore it and be like, "Ugh, why would they say that? Why would they think that?" Like I don't edit my videos. I just record rants because that's how I like making videos. I've tried editing videos in the past and sometimes it came out okay, but sometimes it didn't. And like I don't really like editing. So I don't edit because I don't want to. It's that simple. But there are things that people have said to me that have made me, change what I do a little bit. Like my camera, my webcam is like an AI tracking webcam. I turned it off because I've put out videos in the past where people have said it's very distracting. And I've gotten more comments about that being distracting and kind of deterring from what I'm doing than people liking it. So I don't really care that much about my webcam doing AI tracking. It's fun to mess around with sometimes, but it's not something that I need to have in my videos in order for them to be up to my standards. So I turned it off. I can't talk. I turned off the AI tracking because I want people to like what I do. Everybody wants people to like what they do. But if you fully live your life trying to please people, you are never going to enjoy what you do. And people aren't going to enjoy it either because it's really easy to tell when someone is doing something because they feel like they need to and when they're doing something because they just want people to like them. It's really easy to see that on the internet, especially now after years and years of consuming social media content. You know what I mean? So, I don't know. I think that there's a lot of like toxic positivity in the world and on the internet. I think that's sort of going away. And I think there is a lot of unnecessary hate on the internet as well. But I'm not the type of person that's going to preach either one of those things. I think that an equal balance is totally fine and is probably the natural way that things go. So be your own biggest hater so that you get more comfortable with outside criticism, and be your own biggest hater so that you can improve what you're doing to your standards. and just build yourself up on the internet in that way. So that's all I want to say in this video. Hope you guys enjoy. I put out a new video every Sunday. So if you like this one, you can come back next week for a new one, and I will see you then.